Okay, today we're going to talk about the 1940s serial robot. The serial title was The Mysterious Dr. Satan. And mixed in with all those various serial shows, there were a few with the robot, and the robot's name was Gort. And this dates back to 1940. So some of you'd be wondering, oh, so that's the original Gort? Well, what about... Let's get around the corner here. What about the big guy we already talked about? What about the Gort from the day the Earth stood still? Right there. Well, the interesting thing about the Gort from the day the Earth stood still is that's based on a book that was written by Harry Bates. That isn't actually a book, I should say. It's a sci-fi short story which came out in 1940. Ooh, same time. And it was called Farwell to Master. And in that short story, there was a giant robot and an alien that came to Earth, and the giant robot was green, but its name wasn't Gort. It was GNUT. G-N-U-T. Almost Gort. Maybe the G is silent and it was just called Nut. Maybe the N is silent and it's gut. But if you pronounce it the way it's spelled, it's GNUT. So I guess the original Gort robot is in fact the Dr. Satan's robot from 1940. Because that's as far back as I can find the name Gort being used in a robot. And of course a lot of you will recognize this boilerplate type looking robot because it has been used in a lot of other serials, a lot of the Flash Gordons, even some TV shows it's been redone. But this particular one with the dome top and the elliptical body was the original, and the others are all variations after that. Some of the very, very best variations, in my opinion, of this robot were done in the comedy porno movie Flush Gordon, where they had the rapist robots. And they look a lot like this, only they have a spinning attachment in the front. It's pretty cool. So, back when I made these, it was again just based on all of the still images, frame grabs I could get from Dr. Satan, next to actors to guess the scale and the size. And what's really in here is a wood frame disc. I know on the bottom, because the leg's made up, and there's probably one up near the top. There may be one in the middle, but there's also some vertical wood slats. And then I wrapped that whole thing in styrene, glued it, secured it. And the top piece, I formed the original, and this might be the original, in clear plastic. And then after I had one, because I knew I was going to be making more than one of these, I made a silicon rubber impression mold of that. So from then on I could cast resin top domes so they would all fit. As far as rivets go, anytime you're doing a prop type thing and you need to do rivets in all kinds of different scales and sizes, googly eyes are the way to go, because you can buy googly eyes all the way from 2 millimeters up to, over 2 inches, anywhere in between. So you can always find the right size rivet. They're inexpensive. They're easy to glue on. In the case of googly eyes, the back of them is styrene and the body was styrene, so you could actually glue them on with styrene glue real quickly, and they're just melt together and become one. There's PVC supports in the legs. The bottom of the feet are actually just wood. Got some metal piping there, like stove piping, ducting. The original claws, I think these are the original ones. These are actually formed in cardboard. And after that, I believe I made a mold so that I could hollow cast more claws. So I think that's about all I can tell you about this prop of Gort the robot from the Mysterious Dr. Satan serial. Well, that and the fact that it apparently is the original Gort.